If you have not built the systems, the habits, the rituals that get you consistently moving towards that thing, then you will not achieve it. Hey, welcome back to The Pursuit, where we help you awaken your potential and achieve your dreams. My name is Patrick, and on today's episode, we are talking about goals and dreams and what it really takes from the inside out to bring any dream to life. Now, maybe in the past you've tried to achieve something and you just 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. You've got a couple goals that ended up back on the shelf because you've tried it and you just couldn't get that traction. Today's gonna give you the recipe of what it really takes to bring a dream to life. Now, if you're new to the community and you wanna join our group of amazing humans and entrepreneurs and creatives following their inner fire, then hit that subscribe button below and don't forget to hit that bell ding, to be notified of any future content. All right, guys, let's jump right into these ingredients for goals and achieving goals right now. The first thing you need if you wanna achieve any level of greatness and bring any dream to life is your goal needs to be legendary. And here's what I mean by that. The goal has to be big enough, bold enough, aimed high enough where it scares you just a little bit. It should be something that you, when you think about it, you get kind of equal parts of excitement mixed with equal parts dread. It should push you out of the comfort zone. And here's why. When you study people who've achieved great things, they never aimed small. They always aimed big. Now you might be saying, well, Patrick, that scares me a little. What if I don't know how to do it? Well, let's save the how for a second. Are you aiming for what you really want? Are you aiming for what you deserve? Now, not are you aiming for what you know how to do? Because let's be honest, you'll figure it out. You're a smart person. You'll figure it out. But first, you got to have your clear vision on what you want. And that thing needs to be, got to have some meat on it, right? No one goes crazy after the goal of losing 5 pounds. But 50 pounds, transforming your life, that is a goal worth pursuing. And finding something legendary, something that's worth pursuing for you is going to be the reason to get you out of bed and keep it going. So if you have tried to set goals in the past, but you were, let's be honest, you were selling yourself short from what you truly wanted, that may have been one of the reasons that it didn't work out for you. Now, of course, within this, you have to be able to picture very vividly and clearly what it is that you want. Your goal, in addition to being legendary, also has to be electric. I mean, you gotta feel it in your bones. You gotta feel that passion flowing. I know that some people say, well, you gotta find your why. I don't know, I feel like some people have said that. It's kind of lost its juice at this point. Let me be very clear on what we mean by this. You gotta have a reason so strong that it is fueled from something that does not depend on external things. I'm gonna say it again. Your reason, your why, your fuel in the tank that's gonna carry you through the duration of the journey cannot be something that's short-lived. It's gotta be long burn fuel. And the only thing that I and my colleagues and any of the research will show you that people have found that will carry people through is a purpose-driven reason, a passion, a understanding and part of the vision that you formed at the beginning of who benefits if I bring this to life. How will this positively affect other people? Maybe it will inspire your children just watching you go after it. Maybe your reason, maybe your why is something that's even more connected to your soul, the reason that you feel like you're on this planet. You need to find a reason big enough to push you through the adversity that is probably going to come your way, because anyone worth their salt will tell you it's climbing the mountain of spirit. This isn't easy stuff. I mean, only the bold and the brave usually make it through because of the tribulations or trials are on this reason. You gotta find a reason electric enough, passionate enough, got enough juice in it to carry you throughout the duration of the journey. And that's actually something we cover, and how to find that reason in both our Illuminate and Elevate programs, which if you haven't seen live, and I'll put a button here when they're live, are coming soon to help people find that passion and that reason. So let's say you've got a big goal in mind, something that scares you, it's juicy, it's good, something you've been wanting, and you got that clear vision of it, and you have your reason or reasons, not why you could do it, Not because we can all do many things, not why you should do it, but for you personally, why you must do this and do this now at this season of your life. But even the greatest visions and even the greatest passions fall flat. And the reason that they fall flat is because there's another ingredient missing. Your goal has to be geared to go. It has to be strategic. It has to be something that's designed to get traction. I mean, I can't tell you the number of times that I've tried to go after something. I didn't have the right strategy. I didn't know the industry well enough. There's so much I didn't know in the descent of my learning curve. And sometimes I never learned it. And I just felt that no matter how much vision, how much passion I have, it just couldn't get me through this third block, which felt like I was just spinning my wheels. My legs were pedaling 100 miles an hour, but there was no traction. Nothing was going. And it's because I did not have a strategy. I didn't have a map that was going to get me from where I was to where I want to be. Maybe that's where you've been faulted. So what I want to just pause here and say, if you're a person who has visions and dreams, goals that you want to achieve for your life, awesome. I hope you wrote them down. 2, if you've got the reasons for it, which is amazing, and you just haven't got traction on it, one of the big reasons is because you just didn't have the right strategy that was going to, it wasn't about you, it wasn't about what you're capable of. You're capable of extraordinary things, my friend. It could have just been you weren't following the right map, right? You bought a janky map. It led you over there, and you wanted a map that led you to your target. So what I would say is if you didn't have the right strategy, get back on that saddle. If you needed just a little nudge and a push, get the right strategy this time. And part of our Elevate program that we're coming out with soon is helping you build that strategy, a proven map to get you from where you are to where you want to be. So again, I'll post that above with an I button when that's ready. But let's keep going. You've got a goal. It's clear in your mind. You've got the passion. You've got the right strategy. You might say, well, Patrick, I've got everything I need. Not yet. Hang with me. Your goal, if it's going to become real, needs to be activated. And what I mean by activated is it means it's got to have momentum. You've got to build the systems, the habits, and the disciplines that bring your dream and goal to life. Guys, this isn't something that even if you had the most perfect strategy, the most perfect map that literally gave you all the steps, if you have not built the systems, the habits, the rituals that get you consistently moving towards that thing, then you will not achieve it. If you talk to anyone who's written a book, they say something to the effect of this. I didn't set a goal to write a book. I set a goal to write 100 pages or 100 words or 1,000 words a day or 20 paragraphs a day or whatever it was. I set a goal to just get the momentum moving and build the habits and systems that got me there. Part of the thing you need to do to get this thing activated is you need to make it easy. Whatever that goal you had in your heart, held in your mind when you started this video, I want you to answer this question. What's one simple thing that I can do that would make the daily progress towards this thing easy? Would it be a checklist for you? I mean, we use them. We use habit trackers and performance trackers as part of our programs that we're building. Maybe you've tried that in the past and it worked out for you. Just that simple check mark every day gives you that little feedback that says, I did it, I did it, I did it. So, okay, you've got again, going back to the recipe, you got a big goal. It frightens you a little bit. It scares you a little bit, but in a really good way. You've got your passion. You've got your reason. You've got the strategy. You've got the habits lined up. You might say, Patrick, there can't be anything else. Yes, I promise you, there's 2 more. This is one. This is a big one. Committed. You've got to be committed to this thing. And what I mean by that, this is coming down to mindset and heart set. You've got to say to yourself, I will do this. You've got to make that internal commitment to yourself, because here's the truth. Every journey that it's worth taking, every goal that you set out to achieve, there is this part in the middle. Some people call it the messy middle. Some people call it the valley of despair. I call it the desert. It's this place in the middle where you're furthest from where you started, where that initial excitement and motivation and rah-rah was, right? You were enthusiastic in the beginning and it was, but then that kind of wears off as you get to this middle place where you're furthest from where you started and also furthest from where you want to go. And everything just feels like a grind. It just feels like work. It just feels like, just constant, right? In those spaces where all your juice can be sucked out of you, when you're probably going to run into your biggest fears, biggest resistance, your biggest failures, you're going to fall flat on your face. I know that sounds like, oh, Patrick, you're the bearer of good news. I'm going to fall flat on my face. You're good. Something's going to happen. Always something happens. If you have something that's happened to you that caught you by surprise, let me know in the comments below. But more importantly, how did you overcome it? I'd be curious to hear from you. There's one more just to kind of close this out. You've got your goal. It's big, it's clear, it's energized, you got the right strategy, you've got the habits lined up and the systems and the environment. You are committed and resolute. You say, yes, I'm going to do this no matter how many times you try to publish your book and someone tells you no matter how many obstacles on the outside you run into and how many obstacles on the inside you run into, you are committed. There's one more thing, probably the most personal thing of this whole process. Maybe this for you was the reason that you had all the ingredients, but something just wasn't firing for you and you pulled back on it. Here's why. The dream must be yours. It's gotta be yours. I mean, so many of us sometimes are following dreams and goals that aren't even ours to begin with. We went to med school, not because we wanted to, because, our parents wanted us to, or we went in this direction, we went after something just because someone was pushing on us to do it, but it really wasn't ours to begin with. If you want to see your goals come to life, if you want to build a legacy, we've been building an acronym this whole time. I know some of you caught it early. That legacy that you're going to build must be yours. It must come from your inner fire. If it's ever going to be something that you're going to push through all this stuff to get there. In fact, if once it's yours truly from the beginning, that kind of inspires and informs everything kind of up the chain. I will say this from a humble place. There's one more, is we need to be around excellent stick people? No, excellent community. Because when you fall down, if you have someone to pick you up, dust your shoulders off and say, it's okay. I know you got some scars and some bumps from that. I know those people told you no. I know you opened the doors to your program and no one showed up. I know all this stuff happened, but keep going. You got to be around good people who are on a path similar to yours, who can inspire you, encourage you, and you can look to and lean on. In fact, I have really become the person I am today as a result of the good people that I've been around. So speaking of good people, and this is, maybe seeing this a little early, but we are forming a community around entrepreneurs and creatives following their inner fire. We're going to call it the Soul Fire Community. It's going to be launching soon. I'm still picking the network and what social aspects I want to build this on and platforms, but we are absolutely building a community of passionate goal-getters who can support each other along the road. So if that's you, when we launch, keep watching the channel, subscribe below. I'll be giving you guys more news and notifications on that. And I hope, my friend, that you get back on the path toward the goals and dreams that you deserve, because the world needs that gift that you have. So without further ado, as always, I'm going to give you an ending. May the fire within be the happiest heights, and the road you travel be lined with lights. We'll see you next time. Oh, hey, you made it to the end of one of our videos. You must be one of those really cool, awesome people. Yeah, you are. Hey, listen, while you're here, check out this cool video over here. But hey, what really helps the channel out is if you hit that subscribe button and make sure to hit that bell, because that's what helps the YouTube algorithms and all the things and really supports our channel. So thank you so much. And well, maybe you'll click something over there somewhere.